Second straight game, you guys fell into a big hole.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys got it to within 2 points, but what have you seen anything that's kind of led to these slow starts?
Well, just we didn't get any stops. Our defense didn't offer any resistance, and which puts so much strain on our offense. So then we're operating against, taking out of the net, taking out of bounds, and you don't get any transition buckets. You don't get any of that going. So it kind of it's a twofold problem, but it starts with our defense. I mean, what a difference, in the second half when we guarded them, it becomes a game, and so we just have such a our margin for error is none, and we have to play that as a frenzied team, and because Mexico's a really talented team. They got two of the best players in the league, and good size, good skill. They can all shoot, as you see, and they're a really good basketball team, and we knew that. And so you're gonna have to play a great game, and like I said, the margin of error for us is that much, and we just let them be so comfortable in the first half.
There was times in the first half where they were just beating you down the floor for layups and stuff. I mean, it did. They mentioned earlier kind of toughness or just not playing hard enough. Is that kind of what you saw a difference first half to second half also?
I always go back to the simple things and what you can control, and we can control how hard we play. Like we just have to play with like our hair's on fire. Otherwise, we're just not a very good team.
You've said that before this year, that you guys have to be like junkyard dogs. You guys have to play it that hard, and it's easy to say. Is this a lesson that these guys have to learn by having it not happen and having a loss come from it?
It's it is. It's maybe human nature to get comfortable and get you win 7 in a row, but you look at those 7 we won. We played really hard, all of them, and so that's that's what we have to understand is that. And it's hard to live in that place, and you got a lot of young guys trying to do that and understand that, and this makes it crystal clear for them.
You said yesterday it's more than just those two guys, and Logwood I think had 12 in the first half, a couple big buckets in the second half. They had 4 guys in double figures. I mean, I guess that's kind of what you were hinting at yesterday.
Right. Yeah, and they were perfect from the line, all of them, and they just ran their stuff well. They didn't get sped up. Now we guarded them start the second half. I mean, I think they missed 14 out of the first 15 shots, and that was terrific. But the hole was pretty big, and then we cut it to 2, which was amazing and terrific job. And then we turned it over 2 times, and it's back to 6.
When you have a 7-game winning streak, and now back-to-back losses, what's the message? Because it's kind of a lot of wins, now back-to-back losses. I guess what's the message to the team?
Excuse me, my voice is terrible. My message is, I always kind of go back to our roots and back to kind of square one, and square one starts with effort, the extreme effort, and nothing's sacred for me. I don't care who starts, I don't care who plays. I just want guys that are going to play so hard, and we saw some of that in the second half.
Earlier in the season, you talked about you just want to see the team put together 2 halves for a game, and at the beginning of the year wasn't going so well, and then for 7 straight games, you guys have put together a solid 40 minutes. In the last 2, you've seen very, very different sorts of halves. Is it disheartening to kind of see the?
No, it's not disheartening. It's just the ebb and flow of a season. You're not going to play unless you're the most talented team in the world. You're not going to dominate 30 straight games. You're just Kentucky does that, and a few other teams, but that's not who we are with this group right now. And so we. That's the thing, and so there's going to be ebbs and flows to the season, and we just have to figure out what we're doing well, what we can do well, and then build on that, and then get those things that we're not doing well and fix them.
You guys struggled from 3 tonight, 5 of 23, and it seemed like, especially in the first half, they didn't give you a lot of easy looks.
Yeah.
I mean, defensively, they seemed like they played pretty well.
Well, again, I think part of that goes back to us. We take it out of the net every time, and some of our easy looks come when we get in transition and we get going downhill, and we got some pretty good looks in the second half, I thought, and we didn't make them. You got to make those, and it's a big part of our offense. We got to be able to make those, and we didn't tonight. We had about 4 of them just rattle in and out. That you got to do that. But again, I think it starts with our defense.
James has led you guys in scoring now for 3 straight games. You're senior's performances over his last couple of games. What's it mean to you see him kind of taking off?
Yeah, it's great, and, you know, we have a lot of confidence in him, and, you know, he's getting better and better, more comfortable, and, he's playing good. He's playing really good. I thought he did a good job defensively tonight, too. Made some big plays, and so that, you know, that's great. I'm happy.
There was a point during a timeout where it looked like Bob Staffen kind of ran into the huddle there, and there was an
Yeah.
argument with Phil. What happened there?
No, he was talking to Marcus about he didn't want anybody talking trash, and you know, we were pressing, so Marcus was just up into him. He wasn't talking to him, and you know, so we cleared that up. There's nothing.
I guess there were some people saying that the ref made contact with him or something. Was there any pushing, or did you see anything?
No, the ref just grabbed Marcus to talk to him. So.
Okay, but it was no issue from
No,
what you.
it
Okay.
wasn't.
You mentioned obviously about their two players that everyone knows about. How much better is this Lobo team when they're getting two other guys like Sam Logwood, 16 points, Jordan Hunter, 11?
Yeah.
Dave Kuiper's been the guy the last several games. It's
Yeah.
kind of been that other
No,
story.
I mean they kind of picked up where they left off in that second half of Colorado State. That's what scared me. I saw that, you know, on film, and they were super efficient in that second half, just like they were against us in the first half.
In fact, in the last four games, their first halves of games, they're outscoring teams like 44 to 31 is their average. So they've been
Yeah.
coming out really strong in the first half. But that's the start of the second half you guys have is sort of what a lot of teams have been doing. Is that something you talked to the team about, that they've led up?
No,
in
we
the
just
second
were,
half?
we worried about us. We were focused on our, you know, at halftime, on our effort and what we were gonna do different. And so I was proud of our guys, the way they played second half. That was Broncos. So, you know, but that's where we have to live.
One more on their two stars. Tim Williams has 19 points, but does it on 8 of 16 shooting. He's been shooting 65% all year. Elijah Brown gets his 16 points on 4 of 13 shooting. Do you almost feel like you did a pretty good job on their two stars?
Well, they're so hard to hold down. I mean, they make big baskets and they make big plays, and they're just really, really good players, and we know that. And they drive a hard bargain at you no matter what you do, and you know, you got to kind of pick your poison a little bit. And now what's making them really good is that, like you said, those other guys are getting the job done too.
You mentioned those 2 turnovers there once you cut it to 2. How tough was that, and how tough is it when you make a big run like that and you use all that emotion to get, and then just to
Yeah.
go? It seems like it's always tough for those teams to go over the hump there.
Yeah, well, you got to get a shot off. And both, you know, the guys were open too,
Mhm.
and we just missed it. And one got knocked out, and looked like it was our ball, and then we got a rebound that I thought was ours. But, you know, you're right there, and that's the hard part, because, you know, we'll second guess things on that. But, you know, that's where the momentum, you got to get a shot off at least, because we were scoring pretty efficiently.
Looked like when you guys did add some pressure full court a little bit, it maybe added some energy to you guys.
Yeah.
Is that something that?
Yeah, well,
you
we just had no, you know, they had 3 turnovers in the first half, and it was because of our ball pressure. We gave no resistance, and so we heated it up a little bit. I think it got our energy going.